Well, good morning, everyone. So glad you could join us this morning. Hopefully you enjoyed the music, got a little energy going. We are excited to be here to celebrate and cheer each of you for supporting the United Way's OC free tax prep program. So again, thank you for joining us. We love seeing you. And we are going to share the results later of how we all did together for this 2021 tax season. But again, thank you. And I do have a number of folks to thank. First, our coalition members. We know it has been such a challenging year, personally, professionally, and especially to do what you all make possible, which is the leading of this free tax prep program during a pandemic. It was really extraordinary, the work you all did. So thank you to our coalition members who found creative and safe ways to continue to provide this vital service to so many of the residents here in Orange County. Huge thank you. We want to thank our community partners who provided in-kind location space and including, and you're going to hear more about this, a new mobile unit provided by the County of Orange. So we're really excited to share more about that. But thank you for your creativity and all your collaboration, community partners. And we also want to thank all of our volunteers out there. It was extraordinary, everything you did to serve folks, showing up with masks, doing the tax prep, learning how to handle things virtually, new ways, new methods of really just helping people do their taxes and get those tax refunds back to them. Again, thank you, all of the incredible volunteers out there. So we would love to do this in person. Obviously, we're getting close to doing more things like that, but we wanted to take this moment not too far after the tax season is ended to just extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you. Hopefully we'll be able to see you in person next year. In the meantime, feel free to chat using the chat feature of Zoom for the session so you can connect with friends and do your shout outs to each other. We would love for you to be on video if at all possible. We want to capture some photos along the way. This is being recorded. I think you were prompted to that, just so you know, so that we have it and can share it afterwards. And in addition, please stay muted unless you're one of the speakers, just because we have so many people joining us. So those are kind of the house rules. Again, my huge thank you as the CEO here at Orange County United Way. We are all in this together and we're so appreciative of every single one of you. And one of the people I'm most appreciative of is our MC for the morning, and that's Maria Mojica. Maria, take it away.
Chat is disabled according to.
Hello, friends. Thank you for joining us today. I want to thank my events team who's behind the scenes. That was a great playlist and it woke me up and I felt more like moving and even more excited about today. So thank you, Sue, for your introductions and for being present, and give thanks to all the people gathered here today. And for those who don't know me, my name is Maria Mojica, and I am the program manager for Safetynet, a United for Financial Security initiative. I co-manage with Oneed. I wanted to quickly share our program with you, as we do have special guests joining us this morning, one of which you will hear from in just a few moments. After our first speaker, Oneed and I will be sharing an overview of this season's tax season results, the final results, and also the winner of the end of season awards. This program cannot work without the collective efforts of all of you who are present, from volunteers, site coordinators, interns, city and county officials, offices of elected officials, and all of our community partners. I am so excited to introduce our keynote speaker for you this morning, but I don't think she's here yet. We're a little bit early. Is that correct? I haven't seen our speaker yet, so I may just keep going. One of the things that I often share when we're gathering, thank you, Amanda, is that what amazes me about the volunteer efforts, whether you're a site coordinator or you are volunteering to do this, that this is how you choose to volunteer. because it is a very big lift, let's say. Some people volunteer and it's wonderful, and maybe they go clean up, trash off the beach. Maybe they come and help at a food shelter, which is, all of this is really important. But what I always am amazed is that this is how you choose to serve, because it is not easy. Not only do we start in the fall with recruitment and prepping, you have to go to classes, you have to take exams, and then serve anywhere from 10 to up to over 100 hours, so this is not an easy volunteering opportunity. So anyway, I'm just always amazed. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our speaker who had time to pop in today. And so I'm just going to read my notes so I make sure that I get it right. We are welcoming Assemblywoman Cottie Petrie-Norris, who represents California's 74th district. It includes Costa Mesa, Laguna Beach, Laguna Woods, Newport Beach, and portions of Irvine and Huntington Beach. She is a businesswoman and community leader who was elected to the State Assembly in 2018. She serves as chair of the Assembly's Accountability and Administrative Review Committee, as a chair of the Select Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship. She also serves on the Assembly's committees for banking and finance, revenue and taxation, jobs, economic development, and the economy and veterans affairs. I want to thank you, Assemblywoman, for joining us, and welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Maria. Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this event. And it really is a pleasure to be able to be here and as part of your volunteer appreciation. We know that the EITC and Cal EITC are such important tools for lifting families out of poverty. But we also know that every year, all across the state of California, millions of residents miss out on millions of dollars in these federal and state tax refunds and credits that they're entitled to, but don't know about, and so they go unclaimed. And the OC Free Tax Prep campaign offers free tax prep services all across Orange County through the IRS's volunteer program. And these refunds and credits provide Orange County families with a really critical lifeline, helping to pay for food, to pay for rent, to meet unexpected medical expenses. And this year, the OC Free Tax Prep programs served almost 12,000 clients, 12,000 clients. And that is only possible because of all of you, because of the amazing collaboration of our community members and organizations. And so I'd just like to take a moment to thank the Orange County United Way Coalition members who provide free tax prep at their churches and community centers. And this year, in the midst of a pandemic, I'd also like to thank the 300 VITA volunteers who served both in person, and also some of you learned to do taxes virtually to help meet the needs of our community. And I also want to thank our Orange County community partners who provided such important support, marketing, location space in order for us to provide these free tax prep services. Some examples include the Hoag Center for Healthy Living, the City of Irvine, the City of Anaheim, the County of Orange, but really to our entire network of Orange County community partners, thank you. So I think, as we all know, it takes a village, and this program really is just a wonderful example of our village coming together to support and to uplift our community. So thank you so much for being part of this incredible success story.
Well, thank you, Assemblywoman, for being here and for acknowledging all of our work and for being so present and available and finding time, I'm sure, in your busy schedule to pop in, which is perhaps the benefit sometimes of being virtual.
That is true. That is true. We can be like two different places at once. I'm looking forward to when we can do this again in person, but certainly there's been some good things from our new Zoom way of life.
Yes. So since we have you with us, we'll find out a little bit more about you, a bit personally, professionally, as an Assemblywoman. And then just for some, we partnered a couple of years ago. We did a bus event in your district to do tax prep at the Costa Mesa Senior Center. And we were about to last year, and we all know why we couldn't. But it's just great that we could still find ways to connect, because you have been a very big supporter of our program since you began. Will you please let us know what made you run for office back in 2018?
Well, Maria, I decided to step up and run for office in 2018 because our district really was getting shortchanged in Sacramento. And since I was elected, I've been able to introduce and to pass legislation to address some of our district's most important challenges. I've authored legislation to combat climate change, to expand healthcare access, to help our local businesses. And I've also been able to secure millions of dollars in state funding for important projects and initiatives across our community. So proud of what I've been able to accomplish, and know that particularly right now, as we're emerging from this pandemic, there is so much work to be done. There are some really profound challenges facing California and facing Orange County as we set our community on a path to recovery. And that is why I am just so grateful for the partnership of the Orange County United Way and some of the other community partners that I know are on this call as well. We've got some daunting challenges ahead, but I do believe that that working together, we're going to be able to face them and to build back California stronger than ever.
Great. Yes. What are you hoping to see in the 2021-22 California state budget?
Well, Maria, we actually just passed the legislature just passed our budget on Monday. So Monday, June 14th, we took a vote on the state budget. And I was just really struck by how much and I think we've all learned throughout this pandemic, how much can change over the course of a few months. So as you may remember, last year, just 12 months ago, when we were enacting the 2020-21 state budget, we thought that we were confronting a historic budget deficit, a $54 billion budget deficit. Fast forward 12 months and to Monday, and we actually have a record budget surplus. And this budget surplus really does give us a once in a generation opportunity to tackle some of California's toughest challenges and to set our state on a swift, equitable, and robust path to recovery. So there are some really, really exciting things that we are doing in this year's budget. I'll highlight just a few. So making historic investments in education, from early childhood with an expansion of childcare slots and the introduction of universal transitional kindergarten across the state, from early childhood all the way through to higher ed. We've got funding to expand slots for California residents, for California kids, for our UC and CSU system. We are also investing to end our statewide homelessness crisis. The governor has declared it is his goal to end homelessness in 5 years, and we're investing to set the state on a path to do just that. I'm also really excited that we are continuing to provide additional support and financial resources for California's small businesses who have been hit so hard by this pandemic, and who I think we recognize are both the heart and soul of our economy, but also the heart and soul of so many of our communities. And lastly, really excited about the action that we are taking to build climate and wildfire resilience. We're investing billions of dollars in needed climate resiliency programs and in wildfire prevention and response. So as I said, this budget really does, this surplus gives us this kind of once in a generation opportunity, and we are thinking big, we are thinking bold. We should be doing that. And we also need to make sure that we're getting the fundamentals right, that we're doing what I call kind of like the boring stuff well. And for me, that means two additional things where I'm really focused. Number one is ensuring accountability, ensuring that our tax dollars, that your tax dollars are being spent wisely and efficiently, and that we're not just doling out money to these programs, but we're ensuring that we're delivering results. And secondly, it's so important right now that we are ensuring future budget resilience. As I said, 12 months ago, we thought we were in a moment of historic deficit. We now find ourselves in a moment of historic surplus. We know that what goes up must come down. And so we are ensuring that California is prepared for any potential cyclical downturn that may come in the future. We've bolstered our budget reserves. We actually have a record level now of state reserves. So what's really exciting to me about this budget is that we are able to make, as I said, some historic investments on incredibly exciting programs and initiatives, while at the same time ensuring that we are being financially, fiscally responsible, and ensuring that we're positioning California to succeed for generations to come.
Well, thank you for your commitment and dedication. It was a huge lift. I'm sure there was a lot going on, particularly this last year, trying to solve all these challenges. Let's switch and let's get to know you a little bit better. I know you have your husband and your children and your dog. So what are some of your favorite things to do with your family around Orange County?
We are, I mean, all of us, we are so blessed. I feel like we just live in one of the most beautiful, beautiful places on the planet. And we've just got so many incredible, incredible resources right here on our doorstep. So some of the things that we really love to do, I love hiking with my family and with my dog Flounder, and we love the beach. So I'm not a surfer, but I'm a really good surf spectator. And both my boys, I've got two boys, they're 12 and 14. And so they're little surfers. This is actually the first week of summer. And so they are out. I think I've got one child who's like out in the water right now, even as we speak. So we definitely just really love being surrounded by nature and by this spectacular place that we're lucky enough to call home.
Agreed. So I know we're just starting to open up again. The state is. So what were and are some of your favorite Orange County events that you attend or participate in?
I'll tell you what I have so missed. What I've so missed during this pandemic has been, I think it's live music, and it's kind of, festivals where we all can come together and just watch incredible artists perform and watch our favorite bands and then discover some new bands. So I always love the Ohana Fest, which is down in Dana Point. And I love the Orange County Fair and just all of the different artists that come through the fair each and every year. And I think actually one of the things I'm most looking forward to, it's not actually these big name bands. Every year in Laguna Beach over the summer, and I think in communities all across Orange County, we've got our local community concerts. We've got Bluebird concerts in the park, and everyone comes. You pack your picnic every Sunday afternoon, bring your family, and that, I have to say, is probably the thing that I'm most looking forward to this summer.
Yeah, sounds great. All right, and then a last question for you, very important. What's your favorite food and where do you like to go get it?
Goodness, I think I'm going to say sushi. And we've got a couple of great kind of local sushi spots all around Laguna Beach, which is where I live. And then all across the county, we've got some amazing sushi spots. But one of the things that we've gotten really into, actually, I think it was kind of one of the things we were doing pandemic era, is doing like DIY sushi nights. So we'll go and get just beautiful blocks of sashimi, and we've got our little rollers, and we've got our seaweed, and do the sushi rice. And it's that is actually something that we really love to do as a family.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us, for sharing your vision for us and the work you do for the state of California, and especially our community and your district, and for taking the time and popping into our celebration so that we can recognize all the great work that is happening in Orange County. Thank you.
Well, thank you again, Maria, for inviting me to join you and to be part of this morning's event. And most importantly, thank you Thank you to everyone who has made this program such a tremendous success. We're so grateful for your time and your talent and your commitment to Orange County. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, so now it is time to bring on Omid, and we're going to be sharing the results. So first of all, I would like to introduce my colleague and co-manager, Omid Musagian, program manager also for Safetynet and the OC Free Tax Prep program. And he definitely, his side is definitely stronger in his tax knowledge. He's a site coordinator. He trains the volunteers and is the liaison between OC Free Tax Prep and the IRS. We are a program that divides and conquers, as I also have my strengths and specialties that I work on. So over to you, Omid.
Thank you, Maria. Good morning, everyone. With pride and honor, I'd like to welcome and extend a sincere thank you for your support of OC Free Tax Prep campaign, despite the unprecedented challenges that we had, many last year, like recovery rebate credits, stimulus checks, unemployment compensation exclusions, and even now the advanced child tax credits that brings another confusion for a lot of people. And we had our own California Golden State stimulus checks. So together we served thousands of Orange County residents in times of a crisis. Thank you and thank you.
All right, so all about OC Free Tax Prep. So some people think that we are just VITA, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, but we are so much more. We are a campaign. Our campaign is a countywide coalition that is led by Orange County United Way and the IRS with 30 public and private partners. Together, we offer tax-related education and outreach and free tax preparation to low and middle income taxpayers. We offer this free tax prep through programs like VITA, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, United Way Worldwide's myfreetaxes.com, which is a DIY do-it-yourself program. And then this year we added, or it started last year with the pandemic, that we can do taxes virtually through a partnership with Code for America's getyourrefund.org. And then, so as was mentioned, it is time to celebrate your accomplishments. All of you that are here, we're here to recognize you, all of our incredible partners and volunteers who made the 2021 OC Free Tax Prep program possible. You are the fuel, the heart, the engine behind how we get this work done. So thank you. I would like to begin by offering a special thank you to the organizations that help make OC Free Tax Prep possible. The California Department of Community Services and Development, the U.S. Department of Treasury, aka IRS, Pacific Premier Bank, the Hogue Community Benefit Program, and then the individual donors who do recognize the value of our collective impact in the community. So not only does Pacific Premier Bank provide funding, they also provide volunteer tax preparers and encourage their staff to support us. And we'd also like to recognize the Hogue Community Benefit, also a funder, who in addition provided space at their Melinda Hogue Smith Center for Healthy Living, where we were able to serve more Orange County residents through the drop-off method of free tax prep. The OC Free Tax Prep campaign cannot be successful without a strong coalition of partners, as you see here on this slide. And we'd like to thank this coalition of partners, stakeholders, and funders who support, guide, and celebrate the season with us. We are grateful for the financial support, the in-kind support in all the ways that you provide locations for our sites, and for all the marketing support as you help us get the message out about how to access free tax preparation as well as tax credits. So thank you.
In addition, I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize all of our 2021 campaign site partners who are the underground power behind this program. This list is not as huge as it used to be, but you can see we accomplished a lot with smaller crowd.
All right. Who we serve. Typically serve low to moderate income taxpayers, persons with disabilities, and limited English speakers. Never underestimate the positive impact you can have on someone who is struggling to make ends meet. As a volunteer, you help thousands of people make a better life for themselves. Okay, so this season, we had 40 different free tax preparation sites in 12 different cities. The data shows that even though we are located only in about 50% of Orange County, the people we serve come from each and every city across our county. So our work is widespread. We provided 495 tax days. We shared over 81,000 pieces of literature, and we had over 4 million touch points in the community through the campaign's social media, radio advertising, transportation ads, as well as grassroots efforts.
And this is all the campaign is powered by you. So this season, we administered 27 volunteer and partner virtual training sessions and had 332 committed volunteers donate over 13,000 hours. Amazing, amazing. And the most number of the hours donated by a single volunteer this year was 520 hours. And we're going to talk about it in more details later. And every year, we at Orange County United Way, we offer a paid site coordinator's opportunity position to the knowledgeable and experienced VITA volunteers who are ready to manage a robust VITA site. Now, I'd like to extend a sincere thank you to Armida, Michael, Esther, and Jess for their continued support of Orange County United Way's free tax prep campaign. And as usual, on an annual basis, we offer a paid internship opportunity to the students with at least a 1 year of VITA experience. These interns are assigned to locations to take the role of an assistant site coordinator. So their jobs would be from checking the volunteers and to call reviewing tax returns. And those interns help to help make the sites run smoothly and accurately. So we really are thankful to Alexandra, Vivian, Lena, and Min, who were tremendous additions to our program. And a big thank you to our, basically to our VITA and Cali ITC team at Orange County United Way. Our hotline team of 3, Yvette, Loan, and Wendy, responded to over 12,000 calls. And a thank you, Janine Franklin, our Cali ITC Education and Outreach Coordinator, who found creative ways to get the message across regarding the Cali ITC credits and the tax prep options. And we could have not done that without our fearless IRS spec agent, Annette Barcelo. And Annette, we really thank you for the partnership. And these are a handful of volunteers that donated over 100 hours this year to this program. So this is tremendous. And we want to celebrate these volunteers who became part of our VITA Century Club this year. You can see their names here. These dedicated 18 individuals joined this year, and this is just the names are sorted alphabetically by volunteers' last names. And amazingly, I would like to recognize Richard and Cecilia O'Meara from Laguna Woods PC Club, or VITA side, who served 524 hours this year. Amazing, amazing dedication. Now, we have special certificates to gratitude for all of you 18 people.
All right, so now we segue to all of our marketing and community outreach efforts. All right, so in addition to our regular advertising methods of flyers, posters, banners in the community, we have the opportunity again to include transportation advertising in the cities of Anaheim, Santa Ana, Costa Mesa, and Westminster. And we also had a successful radio campaign ad with La Ranchera Radio, a Spanish-speaking, Spanish-focused. All right, so our social media communications were strong again this year, providing over 1.3 million impressions from digital ads throughout Orange County. And special thanks to Moxie Marketing for helping with these efforts. We also partnered again with 211OC on a successful texting campaign. So we were able to directly connect with over 30,000 of the most vulnerable in Orange County and remind them to file their taxes for free so that they could claim the earned income tax credit as well as the young child tax credit. So as a result of utilizing grassroots marketing and street teams for the program, you may have seen us in grocery stores and laundromats, as well as going door to door canvassing throughout Santa Ana, Anaheim, Costa Mesa, Garden Grove, and Westminster. And here we have the Assemblywoman again. Since we couldn't partner in person, we did a Facebook Live on March 24th. The two of us did a Q&A, and we were able to answer questions related to the tax updates, the tax extensions, and then info to give them information regarding the California Golden State stimulus and what needed to happen in order to claim that or receive that. We had a new partner this year. We want to thank the County of Orange, the City of Irvine, the One Stop Center, and the Office of Donald Wagner, because we were able to provide 9 tax prep days, 9 tax prep events at Cypress Community Park in Irvine, and we were able to help 324 residents file their taxes for free. The County of Orange and its many entities worked with us and provided this new mobile unit that was complete with Wi-Fi, computers, and printers. And we're so grateful to Supervisor Wagner's recognition of our work in the community, and we thank him and his staff for their support. As you can see from these photos, we will always know when it was 2020 and 2021 because we all have masks on in photos. And yet next year we can have new possibilities for next year. So here's an example of a drop-off method of tax prep during a pandemic. And this was at Cypress Community Park. And I'm sure that many of our partners had very similar setups. Socially distanced, lots of air. And here we got to use the bus in order for our volunteers to provide tax preparation. Okay, so now what you've all been waiting for is that our end of season results. So we have exciting news that even in the midst of a pandemic, our coalition was still able to do an amazing job.
So I'm proud to say that this season, almost 12,000 tax returns were transmitted to the IRS through our coalition. More than $14 million returned into the pockets of hardworking, low-income taxpayers this season, which 2.1 million of that amount came from the federal earned income tax credit. Amazing. We estimate that together, all of you saved the taxpayers over $2.4 million in tax preparation fees. Thank you.
So when we add all of this up, we realize that we all made a $17 million impact in Orange County. That's the amount that was saved as well as returned to the pockets of hardworking individuals. And you know, all of this money helps to pay for food, rent, healthcare, education, and just basic needs. So take this in and just really embrace the work that you do has provided a $17 million impact, a positive impact in Orange County. So with that, if you have a little reaction button, we are gonna celebrate those wins, or write it in the chat. Yay. So I wanted to share about the California Earned Income Tax Credit and how much has come back to Orange County. So Orange County United Way is the recipient and has been for 4 or 5 years of funding, and we are the primary organization that promotes education and outreach about the California Earned Income Tax Credit, and it grows every year. So if you see the Orange County residents who needed this the most, this only went to people who made under $30,000 this year. Over $45 million to date has been returned to Orange County. And again, it is to the most vulnerable. It is people who worked, who had earned income from 2020, who were able to receive additional funds in order to help pay for rent, healthcare, everything that you would imagine could be needed, which is always needed in all these years, but imagine during a pandemic. So congratulations. While we may not have served every single person in doing their taxes, we were a huge part of getting the word out, and we can take credit for this message getting out. Over $45 million returned. So congratulations, everybody, and thank you. And also with that, thanks, I wanted to thank our partners who also help with the education and outreach with the Cali ITC grant. So Abrazar Inc., Community Action Partnership of Orange County, and Community Health Initiative of Orange County. All of us together help to create the messaging, the education, one person at a time, one group at a time, one Zoom call at a time. So again, thank you so much for adding this education and outreach to your efforts.
Now let's pause and take a look at our past over 8 basic tax seasons. Together, we have completed over 133,000 tax returns. We've been able to bring back over 122 million in state and federal tax refunds. Our community, we helped folks access over $32 million in federal EITC, and helped OC residents save $25+ million in tax preparation fees. We could not have done that without you, volunteers, site coordinators, and partners.
All right, so here we segue now to our partners who who were very successful and are the recipients of some of the end of season awards that we had told you about in the beginning. So first, we want to congratulate and welcome our new member to the coalition, Laguna Woods PC Club. They achieved a very impressive quality of service. Their VITA team had the highest accuracy rate of the campaign at 98.6%. So congratulations and welcome, Laguna Woods PC Club. We also want to thank St. Killian Catholic Church. They had the most growth this season. Their site grew by 97% over last year. So thank you and for all your years of service, St. Killian. So our longtime VITA powerhouse is our campaign partner, Community Action Partnership of Orange County. They did an exceptional job and they win the award for the largest number of tax returns prepared. Their 4 sites collectively prepared 1,154 tax returns. Incredible. What amazes me about partners like KPOC is that they provide services all year long to their community, like diaper and food banks, utility and rental assistance, among other emergency services. And then from January through April, they add free tax preparation to their wide array of how they support the community. So thank you very much. Great job. Job well done. And we have a new category. We presented a new category this year, and it was the percentage of surveys per location. And we knew that it was going to be challenging because you don't have the same, because we couldn't share laptops, we couldn't meet in person. There were a lot of challenges. However, and due to that, we had a lower response rate, but not a zero response rate, just a lower one. So we made a decision to acknowledge the sites who through due diligence and did their best to get us surveys and get this to us. And they will be splitting this award. It's Coastline Community College, Good Hands Foundation, and Family Assistance Ministries. So thank you for not giving up. I know it was daunting to add this to your routine, but we thank you and we wanted to acknowledge you.
Now, again, it's time to recognize our outstanding volunteers. And this is very difficult just to pick a handful of volunteers over 300 fabulous participants. But with the help of the program site coordinators, United Way would like to have the following volunteers be recognized. And I can say that, we had 2 different categories to recognize our volunteers. We asked our site managers to let us know about who was the most tax knowledgeable and who provided the best customer service to our taxpayers. And as you can see, Maria Correa, Peter Gettinger, Daniel Lee, Yunei Lee, and Rita Garcia were nominated for the tax knowledge. And Marlene Medina Noyola, Joan Todd, Alicia Thompson, Punja Lee, and Monica Torres Montani are nominated for the customer service. Thank you, thank you. I apologize if I mispronounce your name. And again, we have some recognition from the IRS spec for volunteers with more than 10 years of service. This year we have Mel Alfonte and Charlie Patel from the St. Killian Church that reached to that milestone.
All right, so today we recognize all of our outstanding partners and volunteers of United Way's OC Free Tax Prep Program. We applaud and celebrate each and every one of you for your hard work and your dedication to the program. And with that, I am going to celebrate. So congratulations, thank you.
Thank you and thank you. And just because the tax season is over, it doesn't mean that you cannot stay connected. We will soon be hiring the following positions to keep an eye out for these announcements. Make sure that we need the VITA instructors. So if you love to teach the tax law, let us know. We also are hiring VITA site coordinators. So if you love to manage a site and you are basically, this is your expertise, let us know. And as always, we need 3 to 4 hotline specialists who can answer phone calls and direct people to the local and federal resources. And we offer the internship and assistant site coordinators to the students who at least volunteer for 1 year. So if you like to be working with us, please let us know. We welcome everybody.
All right, so today is not goodbye. It's simply stay tuned for the upcoming tax season. So there's fall 2021 when we have volunteer and staff recruitment. Winter of 2021 starts the training. And then in January, we do the campaign kickoff, and then we all know tax season comes right around the corner every year.
And from all of us at Orange County United Way and the OC Free Tax Prep campaign team, thank you. And we look forward to seeing all of you next season.
All right, so now we would like to transition and play a video from one of our other special guest speakers, who is the State Treasurer, Fiona Ma. While our events team is setting up that video, I want to read her bio so we can all get to know a little bit more about her. I also wanted to let you know that the Treasurer's Office reached out to us in the middle of the season, saw the great work we were doing, and came to us and said, how can we help? How can we support? We really were trying, and the treasurer wanted to be here, but the schedule just did not allow it. So she created a video for us to play that was just for us. So let me introduce a little bit more about her. Fiona Ma is California's 34th state treasurer. She was elected on November 6th in 2018 with more votes than any other candidate for treasurer in the state's history. She is the first woman of color and the first woman certified public accountant elected to this position. Now I'm going to give you a little bit more stats that is more educational, and yet I thought it was educational because I'll be honest, I didn't know much about the treasurer's office. So the state treasurer's office was created in the California Constitution in 1849. It provides financing for schools, roads, housing, recycling, and waste management, hospitals, public facilities, and other crucial infrastructure projects that better the lives of residents. California is the world's 5th largest economy, and Treasurer Ma is the state's primary banker. Her office processes more than $2 trillion in payments within a typical year. She provides transparency and oversight for the government's investment portfolio and accounts, as well as for the state's surplus funds. With that, if our events team can pull up her video.
Hi, my name is Fiona Ma, your California State Treasurer. I am also a CPA by training and have participated in the VITA program over the past 20 years. I want to congratulate the United Way of Orange County for helping over 11,000 Orange County residents file their taxes in the midst of these unprecedented times. You are making a difference in families' lives by filing their taxes, because that is the only way that you can get the earned income tax credit. And many people don't know. So we thank all of the United Ways and the many organizations that have helped partner with us at the state to raise the awareness, educate residents, and ensure that they file their taxes so that they can get their earned income tax credit. If they do it right, some families may be able to get up to or over $10,000 in federal and state earned income tax credit. So we thank you for helping working families get that extra little boost so that they can continue to pay for their children's expenses, their food, and their rent. Much, much needed. So thank you, Orange County United Way.
All right, so thank you, Treasurer Ma, for joining us this morning and recognizing all of our amazing volunteers, our work in Orange County. And now I would like to introduce Brynjel Toomer-Bias, the Executive Director of Orange County United Way's United for Financial Security.
Thank you, Maria, and good morning, everyone. First, want to start off by saying what a joy and pleasure it is to be with you all this morning and to celebrate all of the incredible accomplishments that were accomplished through this tax season. I want to thank Assemblywoman Cottie Petrie-Norris and State Treasurer Ma for taking their time to share their appreciation for the campaign and the hundreds of volunteers and partners who made this program such a success. Specifically to the volunteers, thank you for your incredible service. Even though we had fewer volunteers in previous years, you all put in more hours per person than in a regular season. So that is so admirable and commendable. Your commitment and dedication is just amazing. And thank you, speaking of amazing, thank you to our coalition members for your willingness to provide free tax prep in the midst of a pandemic through drop-off and virtual methods to serve almost 12,000 clients. That is certainly something to celebrate. To our city officials, all of the Orange County leaders, our grantors and community partners, thank you for your support through funding, in-kind space, and marketing. This program can only grow through a countywide effort, working together as a village and creating such a robust support system. And last, but certainly not least, I want to thank the fearless leaders that run this amazing campaign, Maria and Omid, for the extensive amount of work that they do each and every year to put on the tax season in the campaign. It is not easy to go back to back with 2 extended tax seasons during a pandemic. And both Maria and Omid led this initiative with such tenacity and gumption and willingness to ensure that all clients receive support and through United Way. So thank you to, again, Maria Omid, and to all of you around this virtual table. We celebrate you all today and always. So thank you.
Thank you, Brynjel. We really appreciate that. So thank you to everyone for taking the time to join us virtually, celebrating a job well done. I do hope that next year we'll be able to meet together in person and we can be feeding you as we thank you. Also, the end of season winners that were announced will be receiving award funds in the next week or so. So keep an eye out for that. I am amazed we are going to stop right on time, and I will turn it over to Omid.
And thank you, everybody, and thank you, Maria. And for those of you volunteers who served more than 10 hours, you will be receiving a special certificate via mail this year that commemorates all of your achievements this past tax season. Thank you and have a wonderful day.